it's a beautiful thing that when you get to feel out the audition and you get to fill in the blanks to get to where we got to. You know what I mean? So I was like, this is an interesting character. He's got a lot more 3D dimensional. You know, he's more three-dimensional than just cut and dry.
Yeah,
it's been phenomenal getting to know Brant.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Andrew Jacob Brown with Confound Productions, and thank you for joining us on Actors on After. And I got one of my awesome cast members here with me. I got Daniel DesVerges. Hopefully I said that right.
Yes.
All right, my man. Hey, thanks for joining us, dude. I'm excited.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, dude. It's an honor to have you. And now, before I dive right in, you are in Georgia. Is that right?
Correct. I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, you're in the big city, man. Atlanta.
Yeah. You're on the outskirts, though. It's all kind of considered Atlanta, but I'm kind of like, 25 miles from the city.
Metropolitan. You can throw a rock at it and hit it, right?
Basically.
Oh, man. Look, I'm going to dive into this thing head first, and I like to just come out with guns blazing just to ask you how you got started in acting. Was it a young age? Did you fall into it, family? Anything you'd love to share, man. We want to get to know you a little better.
Well, my acting journey began when I was a very young man. My mother had me involved in theater since I could remember. Basically, since I was very young, probably some stuff I can't even recall, to be honest. And she was extremely stringent on me. Very overbearing because she was an actress before me.
Oh, nice.
She was performed on Broadway and a couple of other places back when she was much younger. But, I guess she saw something when I was young in me and just decided to be overbearing. So I actually stepped completely out of it for several years. Like, not going to do it.
Okay. You dodged it for a while.
Yes, I did. And and somehow, I guess, I was placed in the right place, and it was almost like a destiny thing.
Okay, now right there, there's that moment. There's one moment somewhere you can remember when it was where you were bitten by the bug. Can you share? Yep. What is it? Do you know?
It was a moment where, to be honest, I'd done everything I could to escape that. I performed a lot. I was a professional boxer. I was a fighter, competitor. I enjoyed performing, stepping out there, getting the audience going, getting the crowd going. And it just, I guess it never clicked until one day. I mean, like injuries piled up and, you're thinking about it. You step out, but then you're like, it's not the actual competition I miss. It's the performance I miss. And it just right there, it's like, all of her lessons just came running back to me, and I was like, "Well,
yeah, you hit something just now because I know that's one thing that you and I vibed on. We both have like some martial art fighting background. So absolutely. you were a professional boxer?
Yes, I actually boxed professionally. Gold first. I started out.
Tell me a little. How long did you do that?
A few years. I competed also in underground circuits and things like that. The craziness of the fight world.
Yeah.
The craziness of the fight world. We go through some things. But no, it was actually my last fight. I actually remember it. Worst experience, by the way, of fighting. It came out with a W, but I felt like I took an L. All right. I woke up the next day in the hotel room, and I was walking around like in a fog. And I was like, well, if this is what it feels like I was like, I don't want to feel like this for the rest of my life. It started hitting me then. I was like, this would be really bad. It was like, where am I supposed to be at today? And I was like, wait, why am I asking myself, where am I supposed to be at today?
Oh, no, you got hit way too many times, brother.
Yeah, I was eating them. I was eating them that night. But I actually, like I said, I still train for martial arts. It's a very big passion for me. Boxing, Muay Thai, Wing Chun, JKD. These are things that are absolutely like, it's more of a mental thing now at this point. It keeps me disciplined.
Yeah, same.
You know?
I like to train. I like to practice, but that's as far as I go. Yeah, now I never competed like you, and I had previously to you, I had Chad Finnerty, who's playing a bouncer in the After Series, and he's an MMA fighter. And I
Awesome.
just got done with an interview with him talking about what it's like going in the ring, and he's
It
still
hurt.
doing it. Yeah. Oh man, but I mean, for me, martial arts was the first love, but I got into basketball, and that was a career for me for a while. I tried to
Oh,
pursue, and then, but it's funny because right after you get done, you hit a certain point where you go, I can't compete with these young guys no more. You quit, and then you go, what do I do creatively now? I was 30 when that happened.
exactly.
So it's interesting that you kind of the same way. You're like, hey, I can't keep bashing my brain in anymore, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then for a while there, I puttered along as a professional sparring partner for a lot of guys. And, you know, it hurts too, after a while. Yeah. It's
Well,
like
man,
these guys are getting ready for like a major fight, and you're just like, man, he's taking it real serious right now. It's like, this hurt.
you're
But
like, as he should be, but man,
yeah, yeah.
oh,
It was, but again, it stems from the love of the art, because there's a true art. Like one of the guys that it was personally a trainer of mine as a boxer was Paul the Hitman Marnarcio. Um, the man was like the Yoda of boxing. So I was like, it was like,
hey,
this it's just there's levels to it, just like in the martial arts, all martial
sure.
arts.
Mm-hmm.
There's levels to it, and you just like you become awe. You're kind of in awe of how much they put into it. Same
Yeah.
thing as acting and performing as an artist. It's like at some point you go, they really put in their work towards the craft, And I believe that to be a performing artist, like an actor, or a musician, or anything of the sort, you have to have the same discipline to a point.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Yes.
You have to have the same discipline, you
Oh
know?
man, I love what you're saying right now because I'm the same way. I've taken everything I've learned from martial arts because I started that when I was a little kid
Yeah.
and poured it into every discipline that I know today. So filmmaking,
Yeah.
acting, it's the same. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you saying that and shining a light on that, man, because that's true. I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I feel blessed that I got you a part of this series because knowing that too, knowing you have a fight background, that could really help.
Absolutely.
Eli, the character I play, is supposed to have a fight scene there at the end, and I'd love to maybe really make that a little better.
Awesome.
Now that I know who I'm getting,
Oh, yeah.
I think you and I would be able to play really good on that. I think that's
Yeah.
something I'm excited for. I'm like, ooh, we could make this.
I'm excited for them to see it. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
I am looking forward to it.
Now,
I'm actually, again, much respect to you because, I mean, it
thank
takes a lot of diligence to be a martial artist, period. And that's just
you.
it. It
Yeah.
really does. It takes mental fortitude to stick to it, to, work it as a craft and to just make it part of your life.
Thank you. Yes. You know what? Thank you for saying that because I actually meant to say that in my previous interview too, but I didn't get a chance to. But thank you because I love the martial art thing is like the only people that really, really get you in that area are people that have done it. And it's definitely a discipline that you have with you the rest of your life. You can use it. It is a part of life. You use the disciplines for other artistic things that you do, and nobody could take it from you.
Exactly.
Exactly. You can get. I mean, you can play ball and still, go shoot hoops at a park or whatever. But with martial arts, man, it could save your life. It could take you places. And there's just so many things that martial arts does for you as a person. So thanks for saying that, man, because I feel like you get me. You've trained. You get me.
I think I do. I think we're on the same wave here.
Yeah, baby.
We're on the same wave.
Man, well, I want to say this because we just highlighted a little bit about your fight background and stuff. But not to take away from your acting, I have looked into you, not just on the audition that you crushed, by the way, absolutely blew everybody out of the water with the Brant audition. Good job. But I've checked out your Instagram and I've seen some of the stuff that you like to share out in the open, and you definitely are a great character actor. Daniel.
Yeah. Yes. I definitely love to. Well, I like to take from one of my great inspirations, Robin Williams, when it comes to acting. It's like I love the study of human exploration. You know what I mean? Every character has a story and something that's built around it that it's just an understanding of who your character is, you know? And I love that. It's a journey every time.
Man.
You know?
It's contagious, let me tell you.
I'm already going in and out of certain places with Grant, actually. I'm going in and out with this character as I'm studying him, finding layers with him. And I'm looking forward to bringing him to life.
Oh, man. Well, that transitions us into that, because I was going to ask you what you thought of the character Brant. Now that you're kind of in it a little bit, I've sent you the scripts, you've looked at it.
At first glance, okay, from audition to script, Brant has morphed, in my opinion, of him already. And like I said, I have a lot more to draw off of the things that he's experienced to a point, things that have drawn him to this point, just by watching his arc slightly. You know, the understanding of him and his I don't want to go into the story. I don't want to go into the story.
Gosh, I appreciate it.
It's a beautiful thing that when you get to feel out the audition and you get to fill in the blanks to get to where we got to. You know what I mean? So I was like, this is an interesting character. He's got a lot more 3D dimensional. You know, he's more three-dimensional than just cut and dry.
Yeah,
it's been phenomenal getting to know Brant.
Thank you, man, because I always say this about protagonists and antagonists. It's like none of them are 100% good and none of them are 100% bad. And Brant is that guy. I mean, yeah, he's playing the villain, but there's a reason why he's a villain, right? You know, and I can't wait for me as a writer to dig deeper because I want to take this character further than the first season, and I want to. Well, we do get to see his backstory, and we can't spoil that. You're right, but definitely, he's definitely layered, and I can't wait to unpeel that like an onion. It's for real, like so.
And that's the thing. That's what I love about the human exploration of Norman is layers. Each character is, when we want to take it from paper, from 2D to make it 3D. You know, it's truly a blessing to get to do what we do. You know that,
dude. Yeah, I believe it's hard too.
it's hard. Every character deserves their story told right and justified, and from their point of view, and it's truly a blessing to get to do what we do. It really is, and I think of it every day as I thank God every day because I get to do this. It's just a miracle. When we get to do something that's an imagination to paper, then from paper to 3D so you can watch it.
Keep going.
There's nothing more humbling than that. There's nothing more humbling than that.
It really is humbling, and because we are artists, and we're all starving artists, believe it or not. Everybody knows this. Like, we put on a front, and there's the real deal is we're all starving. We're all trying to get to a good place where we can keep doing this. But it's hard, and it's work, putting in the practice. The same thing we just talked about with martial arts, that diligence, that work ethic. And
this takes discipline.
I'm grateful too. I really am. Like, well, for one, I'm kind of stubborn. I don't like to quit. So I don't like to quit. I take a lot of hits, but not.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I think
that's why I woke up in that fog. I was like, no. I was like, I took a knee and said, no, we're not stopping here.
Well, you didn't. You evolved. So you may not be getting in the ring, taking hits like Rocky anymore, but you're definitely still, you've evolved to something good. And I'm glad you did, because, man, I think you're a talented dude. I mean that, bottom of my heart. You wouldn't be here if you weren't.
It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, it shows. Do you have anything else going on right now?
I'm actually in the process of picking up on a film called The Relapse. I'm working cameras for a couple other different films going on. One of them is It's a stage play being turned into a short film for a church presentation for the opening of this new congregation. So I'm doing that for them as a cameraman and a performing artist. I'm stepping into a small role for them.
I love it.
And then I got another project I'm finishing up over the next few weeks that's called Papers. It's another short film that I've been working on for a while as a cameraman. It's audio tech. So yeah, I do a little bit of everything. And well, she's happy with my camera work. She's like, it's very interesting and artistic. I like to take things, and my thing is, my advice to most cameramen is, if it seems like it screaming at you to do it, all they can do is cut the scene. I mean, do it. Do it. Take that angle. It might seem bold and risque, and I say go for it, because there's something screaming at you to do it. You might get something masterpiece out of that.
I like that, man. I like that. Okay. And I like that you dabble in more than just acting. I think that's great.
Absolutely.
And I bet you that makes you a better actor in some ways.
It does give you a better understanding of stage and screen presence being behind the lens.
Sure.
Because then you understand almost what the camera is going to want to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, instead of like, sometimes people have to be told to open up. It's like, you kind of get I'm going to open up to the shot. Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of, these things start becoming second nature or first nature, because you're used to both sides. Mm-hmm. You know, I always have a policy as an actor or a cameraman that I want to be the editor's best friend. There you go. I want to be the editor's best friend. Continuity, and understanding what makes it easier to edit.
Man, I like that. I feel spoiled, dude. I'm going to have a head full of knowledge. I mean that. There's so many of you that have done more than just acting, and I like that. It's going to be great. I really feel like the camaraderie in the group is going to be kind of like a little family when we get together. I mean that. I think it's going to be awesome. So excited, dude. Exchanging
knowledge is a beautiful thing. So we should all just, no gatekeeping. We're sharing.
No gatekeeping. So, what are you excited for the most with this After series? I mean, I'm sure you've done a bunch of projects, a bunch of different characters, but I mean, here comes this one. What are you excited about?
Most is working with a great team. I guess, being blessed to have a chance to continue to do what I love. Yeah. I'm excited about that. But I'm also excited about the underlying messages in it. I'm excited about that too.
Great, thank you.
And I'm just excited in general for the entire project. I think I've met I think I'm getting on board with some like-minded individuals, and I feel like we're going to have a massively talented cast and a beautiful soup of creativity going on left and right.
So. I like that. I like that, man. Definitely a soup of creativity. You got me thinking. Because I think you're such a character actor, and maybe I've seen a lot of the stuff you have that you're posting openly on Instagram, and I think, man, this guy really likes to do his craft.
Yeah, I do.
And I love that about you, and you're not afraid to put yourself out there. And what I'm seeing is you got a bunch of different characters that you're playing from all different emotions of life, and I'm like, not everybody can do that. And so I was going to ask you, if you had a choice of a certain character that you would like to play, what would it be? Because we don't always get an opportunity as actors. We get typecasted. Is there a certain kind of character that you wanted to always play?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I have a strong passion for drama and for romantic roles and things like that, because I think it's actually beautiful, and I think that the understanding of romance is something that's lacking in the modern world today.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would love to render that. Like stories like the Titanic, just beautiful. They have an essence.
Oh yeah.
And even just to be a supporting role in that would be an amazing opportunity. Just to dance around the idea of two people and love.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot.
You'd probably want to play, but would you want to play a lead, like the love interest?
Look, I love playing lead roles if I get a chance. I love playing the supporting role because I'll be the best support you ever had.
I know. You're being humble right now, though. But I just meant for you in general. Is that something you'd want to play, like that kind of? Yeah.
That would be. I think I could tap into something on that.
I think okay. You never know who's listening.
Yeah, it's near and dear to my heart. I believe romance is something that's romance, love, and that journey is almost in this modern generation. Sadly, I feel like it's something that's being lost.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
You know what? I would agree with that. I took a stab at it a couple movies ago. I made a movie called Piercing Wounds.
Yeah.
And it's just, about a brother and a sister who have both lost loved ones, and they're just kind of living together. And then along comes this bum who's like a secret military guy. And anyways, they take him in and to take care of him. And, before that secret comes out, he kind of falls in love with the sister. And I thought about that was my whole inspiration is kind of what you just said. It's a lacking thing. It's because I love stories like The Lake House. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's one of my favorites, and I do like Titanic. There's another one that
The
came
Notebook was a
out.
great.
Notebook's Nicholas Sparks. Yeah. I think it's kind of gone away. I would agree with you.
Yeah, I've seen less and less films coming out like that. It's less and less something that the modern day culture cares to understand or seems to care about. The building block of everything is built on a building block of society is built on the home. That, two people love. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I just think it's
I like how we're unpeeling a layer here, and you're not being vulnerable, or you are being vulnerable. So I appreciate you opening up to that, man.
Absolutely.
It tells us who you are, and you like these kind of roles. Well, hey,
I think they're phenomenal. But again, tapping into that is a deeper emotion. It's a very deep emotion. So
I can only imagine. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, I hope you get your shot. You never know.
See. We'll see. Like I said, I love to do what I do. I love performing. So
being in Atlanta, has that helped you at all? Have you always lived in Atlanta?
No, actually, I've only been there like close to 2 years.
Okay. Has that helped you a little bit as an actor? I mean, I hear, yeah.
It's been busy. It's like everything else in this industry, kind of comes in waves.
Yeah.
You got ups and downs. It's either feast or famine, is what they say. So.
Well, it is true. It is true. I honestly, I only know a few, like Tyler Perry. Obviously, he's there. He's in Atlanta, and the Trilith Studios is another one. I think they're starting to.
You have Man Robinson Studios as well. There's a couple other studios that keep popping up.
Okay, yeah, I'm learning. I'm new out here.
Yeah, there's a few, and there's a lot of competition, and a lot of people are coming in to do films in Atlanta as well.
But you said your aunt was into acting? Is that your aunt, you said?
My
your
mother.
Mom. So did that have an impact on you? I have to ask. Did that influence you?
Oh, yeah. That's it was very hard to get her approval when I was young. Like for her, because she was so intense and so in depth. Because on stage, we're performing for the people in the back row. We're doing everything big. You know what I mean? So we're performing for the back row. Mm-hmm. Her thing was, you're performing for the back, and I need to see it all in your eyes and everywhere else because you're performing for the front row too. So it's like I have to make these giant gestures while maintaining the actual emotional integrity of the character for the front row. Yeah. So if she said, if it calls for tears, I want to see tears. Okay. Things like that.
Okay.
But she knew that she was tapping into something. She was she was very she would get your motivation right. And it's very hard to get the approval. And for her passing, she passed away last year.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
I managed to get a couple of thumbs up, and one of her last things she told me, she said, "I think you're getting there." And she held my hand and she said, "Now go win us an Oscar." She said, saw me warm up for the first few years of film. And then once she finally said, "That was pretty good." She smiled and said, "That was pretty good." And I was like, yes. So, and that's when it was a beautiful.
I like to hear that. You won your mama's heart. It sounds like she was just being tough to make you tough.
Yeah, she was pushing me as hard as she knew. I guess she knew where talent was, and she wanted to make sure she honed it.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, man. That's awesome. So she was a huge inspiration then for you. Even
Absolutely.
in the time when you were off, because I imagine because you were boxing and you're doing other things.
Oh yeah.
Did she ever try to say, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah, she did all the
Did
time.
she?
She said, I hate you fighting. She said, I hate you fighting. I
Oh,
can't
she didn't
stand it. She's like, I don't want to see you beat up and things like that. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
very big on that.
Now, do you have any siblings at all?
Yeah, I have my my oldest brother passed away last year as well.
Oh man, sorry.
Yeah, 2023 was an emotional year.
If you don't mind sharing, I mean, what happened?
It was just like an automatic failure of everything. It's just he passed out. He passed away the way he wanted to. He told me several times. He made it home from work, crawled up the stairs, went to bed next to his wife, and passed away. He said he wanted to go in bed with his wife. So I gave me solace knowing that he did exactly as he wanted to do.
Gosh, brother, I'm sorry, man. That's a crazy way to go.
Yeah. So it's just me and my.
Did his heart stop or something? I mean, did they do a thing?
They said he was dead. True story. They said he was dead for 2 hours. He must have been in incredible pain. He must have just been in incredible pain and made it up the steps.
Man.
He knew he was going. In other words.
That is a rough year, man.
That was a rough year. And it's me and my older brother who's left. It's just me and him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so it's just you and him?
Yeah, and I told him, hey, look, you can't go anywhere on me.
What about your father, if I can ask that?
And he's around.
Okay.
I
think. I'm not trying to touch a nerve. I didn't grow up I grew up without a father, and I met him one time when I was 28, and then he passed away a couple of years ago. And I got to meet some of my family from his side, but yeah.
Hey, same wave.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I've touched enough emotions with your family, and I appreciate you opening up to that, man. And
absolutely.
Well, that kind of this is the one thing I love to do more than anything. And I told you this when I was like, hey, I want you to play for Ant. But I mean it. Like, I love to hear people's stories because I love to know where people come from. And I don't know what it is, man, but it just helps me not just get to know you, but I appreciate you so much more. And now it's like, oh, we got a guy that loves what he does. His mom set him up, and now he's going to give me his best. And it's like, oh, I feel honored to have you. So appreciate you, man.
I'm honored to be here.
Since you said your mom was one of your inspirations, is there any other, and you said Robin Williams.
Okay, yes.
Is there anybody else that maybe inspired you in life other than an actor, maybe?
Inspired me in life.
Yeah.
Outside of acting, I would say, even though he is currently an actor, one of my greatest inspirations is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson because of his drive and dedication.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Outside of his performance, just his drive and dedication. It's commendable. There's a lot of other inspirations. I'm inspired by a lot of great fighters along the way, like Muhammad Ali. There's different things. I draw inspiration from a lot of things. I'm inspired by Psalms 23.
Okay, yeah. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I find inspiration. Yeah.
Okay. I like that you said Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson though, because he's got the greatest memes. I'll tell you that much. Like, you see that guy working out?
He really does. He does.
Man, I remember years ago, he was on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
I mean, probably 20 years ago, man, before, like, when he was just starting to get into acting. And he was on there, and he was he said he got in a fight one time, and he hit this guy so stinking hard, he knocked him out, about killed him. He said he felt horrible. But the guy went to the hospital, and they found out he had a brain tumor. And so he actually saved his life. And he's like, talk about the weirdest emotions you ever get. Like, you're angry at this guy, you smash him, you feel bad, then you feel good, maybe, I guess, but you still feel bad because you put him in the hospital.
It's like he hit him, I put him in the hospital, but they found something, and it's like,
yeah.
It's like, that'd be the weirdest emotion to ever feel right there, man. Like,
but what I found, though, is I brought that up because he was a very personal guy. Like, he was just, he's got a heart like everybody else,
Yeah.
And then now he's in all the Fast movies and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. I mean, I like to keep everything down to ground, keep it 100.
Yeah. Man, I'm excited, dude. You're going to fit right in. I think I told you this, but I'll tell the audience. Like I was struggling casting you because you're just a little taller than I wanted. 6'2", you're just you're brawny and you're built like a halfback, and I'm like, I was kind of going for somebody who was a little Tom Cruise short, but that says a lot about you, Daniel, because your dang performance was so good. And I'm like, and let that be a lesson to you guys out there, because you don't know, you just don't know. You audition, if you even get the audition, and you just don't know like what the casting director is going to see, because you may have bring something to life that they didn't see. So, and that's what you did. I mean, you won me. You won me.
And there's, you know what? That was one of the best moments that I've ever, experienced as an actor, is when you understand that you gave somebody a reimagining of what they wrote. That's just,
oh man,
as a beautiful moment. It's like, there it goes.
Yeah, and not even to sugarcoat it, I sent it off to 2 people that's been helping me, and they were like, he did a great job. My wife sat right here, and I go, after a week, I didn't even show anybody, and I was like, I got to show you this audition. I'm just, it's killing me, man. And I showed her, and she goes, I like him. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, dang, all right, man. This is our guy right here. You won some hearts. Let's just say that. You won some hearts.
Hey, it's an honor. It's an honor.
Likewise.
It's an honor. I'm telling you, it's an honor.
We got to get you one of these, man. You got to get one of these.
Oh, definitely.
These after shirts, brother.
I would love to have that.
So, Daniel, what is your favorite movie that you can watch anytime it comes on? If there's one that you can appreciate and you're like, this is a movie right here. Everybody has.
Oh, you're going to come with the really tough questions now.
Sometimes you have 5 or 10, but if there's one, and it may not have to be your favorite, but if it's one that you like, I can watch that over and over.
One movie that I really liked, I could probably watch over and over. Man, that's such a hard question.
If you give me one, I may let you cheat and give me a 2 and 3.
I'll give you 2 or 3.
All right.
Okay. Ghost. I can watch that one probably over.
You are a sap. I like you.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I can watch that. Okay. Even the audio score. It's got a beautiful song on Chain Melody. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I like you, man. What else you got? That's a good one.
And plus, we all miss Patrick. Come on. We miss him.
I just watched his documentary on the CW. It's pretty good.
Another one I would say I could probably watch over and over. Man, this is a tough question.
Hey, we got all day. I mean.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, yeah. Probably one of his best.
If nothing more than for the courtroom scene where he says that he loved his children.
Yeah.
I can see that scene all day. That's just so beautiful. I love them children since they were born. So I first held them in my arms. Please don't take my kids away from me. That.
I'm just mad. Like, why couldn't they end it good? Like it had to end all like.
But that was such a good comedy, but at the same time, it's a drama, and it's just a beautiful. There's a lot of really good ones out there.
I used to watch that one over and over, actually.
Bloodsport. Who wouldn't watch that?
Oh, man.
So I was like, there goes 3 totally different films, and those ones are ones I could probably watch.
I like
over and over. Those are great.
You know what, man? I was a little butthurt because I caught the writer of Bloodsport, and he was on the Indie Film Hustle podcast.
Yeah.
It's a California film podcast. And he was talking about how that story is actually, it's all made up.
Yeah. I know.
It was still good. You figured it out. Well, for years, everybody thought it was real. Like, this is the real life of Frank Dukes, at least according to him. Even if you Google it right now, it'll say according to Frank Dukes.
According to Frank Dukes.
Apparently, it was way far-fetched, but so what? We all loved it. Like,
it's still a good movie. It's like, if nothing else, he has a great legacy for the movie.
Oh, absolutely, man. I used to watch that one over and over again.
I love that movie.
While doing the splits.
Oh, yeah.
Playing solitaire.
And then when I want to go even further into films like that, I like The Legend of Drunken Master, Jackie Chan.
Oh wow! See that they made 2, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I like the original one when he was young.
Yeah.
It's let's be honest. He's in his own right an incredible artist. I mean, the man's broken 200 something bones in his pursuit of being in the industry.
Yes. Even though I was just gonna say, even though he is he's done what he's done, he still don't get the respect that's due.
Yeah,
I still think he's the man. Yeah. And it was like a week ago. I was just in the kitchen and I nerd out. I'll start watching memes and stuff, and I caught a Jackie Chan where he's working the dummy, and I was like, honey. She said, yeah. I said, Jackie Chan, man. Jackie Chan. I'm like, look, I love Donnie Yen. He's great. I know he plays it, man. He's the man, but you know what? Jackie Chan, dude, all day. They don't realize what this man can do. Man.
He has paid his dues.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
But I think it's because he's just a happy guy. You know what I mean? That people don't give him the respect that's due. But I appreciate you saying that, man. Well, dang, dude.
So many people you can really respect,
Yeah. And I started off asking you that because I always like to know what fuels you. I mean, I got my inspirations in life, in my movies and stuff. And there's times where I'll put on documentaries and that will inspire me. Or if I'm writing, I'll put on a TV series to learn to get inspiration. So I like to pick the brains of these artists.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's appreciated.
Yeah. But I like you, man. You got this rough exterior of a guy that boxed, and then you're a softie at heart that loves romance movies. And you're a heck of an... Hey, David in the Bible, man. He was a warrior. But he was also a guy that wrote the Psalms. And you know what I mean? Look at this guy. Like he was playing, he was also a musician. I mean, how many musicians do you know that are Navy SEALs? I mean,
there you go.
So it's a great mix of what you got going on.
Oh, it's much appreciated.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, man, I pretty much asked you all the questions already. Is there anything that you want to say or talk about before we jump off?
I just want to know, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I was born ready.
Exactly. Let's do it. Let's make a masterpiece. Let's do it.
Thank you, man.
I want everybody to tune in and be ready because you know what? I feel like what we're about to bring to life is going to be insane and crazy and great and beautiful. And
I love this guy.
It's just a true honor to be here.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's an honor to have you, dude. Like your energy is contagious, and that's another thing right there. Bring that to set, dude, because you're going to transform into a monster, but yet you're going to be the guy with all this charisma, and I just think I love it.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I just truly can't wait. But I actually am about to eat dinner.
Well, good timing then. So we're jumping off right now. All right, everybody. Wow. Thank you very much for joining.
It's an honor.
After. Last word.
It's an honor to be here.
And it is an honor to be here. Until we see you in the next video, thank you very much, and God bless.
All right. Much love, everyone. Tune in.